Friday, so today does not mark week 32. It was Friday. I'm slacking. But this is my 32-week video, and here is your baby bump photo for the week. As you can see, my belly is getting humongo, so that has its symptoms. I'm getting a little bit of back pain, especially if I've been moving around a lot, but what are you going to do? Other symptoms I've had this week are breathlessness. That is getting a lot worse. I always I have shortness of breath, like after I'm talking. If I talk on the phone or something, I'm like, and when I lay down at night. And I did read that to help this, if you are experiencing shortness of breath when you lay down, just use some extra pillows. Prop yourself up a little more. That is supposed to help. This week, Addison has been kicking me the hardest, more than any other week. She's just doing a lot of kung fu type stuff in there. So Jenna Lynn and I were talking about how, and I think Zoe also, about how our babies are playing this little game where she's kicking all the time, he or she, whatever you're having, and when we go to have someone feel the kicks, it completely stops. This is happening constantly with me. She'll be kicking, and I've had my mother-in-law try to feel it, my husband, some friends, and usually after a few tries, they usually can feel a little bit of movement, but she likes to just completely stop kicking. She'll kick, kick, kick. Somebody puts their hand on my stomach, she completely stops, and the second they take their hand away, she starts up again. So I'm glad she has a sense of humor. I want to congratulate Robin Garcia. She just had her son, Aries, and I followed her on Twitter while she was in labor, so I will put her page here if you'd like to congratulate her. And also, I wanted to have all of you viewers send some positive reinforcement to Audrey and Jesse's future wife, and I'll put both of their pages in the sidebar for you. So look for their YouTube channels. And Audrey, in an ultrasound, found out that her baby has the cord wrapped around the neck, which doesn't always necessarily mean anything bad. There's nothing that can really be done about it, and the doctors told her it would be fine. And I think we have a tendency to think the cord wrapped around the neck equals choking, which it's a long cord. People have had babies with the cord wrapped around the neck a couple times that have come out fine. They just uncoil it when the baby comes out. And so just send some positive reinforcement to Audrey. Just show her, let her know that everything should be fine and we're all thinking of her. And Jesse's future wife has some concerns about diabetes. I believe she said there's a history of it in her family. And she, I think, had her test done with her doctor and is waiting on the results. So shoot her a message and let her know you're thinking about her and wishing her the best. I had an appointment on Thursday, and my cystic fibrosis test was negative. So that's good. And everything else is fine. They did the usual, the heartbeat and checking the urine for sugar and protein. And I got to schedule my ultrasound, which is this coming Thursday, so I'm pumped about that. It's awesome. I can't wait. I have some photos for you of the nursery, which is still kind of unfinished. I have a blank wall that I want to find the right picture, or a picture or two to put up there to kind of go along with my vintage theme, I guess you could call it.
I grew from monkey into man.
Now it is time for your pregnancy prop. Ba-da-bop. Today's pregnancy prop is on amniotic fluid versus urine leakage. So this is a little bit TMI for any men watching, but around this part of pregnancy in the 3rd trimester, you might be experiencing some leakage. And this could be due to, it usually is due to the weight on your bladder. So first tip is when you go pee, try to lean forward to make sure that all your pee comes out. Also, if you do experience leakage, the difference between your urine and amniotic fluid is if you leak urine, this sounds a little gross, but you should smell it, and it'll probably smell like urine, and it will probably be a little yellow, which in that case, it most likely is urine. And you'll have like a little gush or a little trickling, and then it will stop. Amniotic fluid keeps leaking, and it might be like a slow trickle, or it could be a huge gush, whatever. But if it's continuous and it's clear, or I think if it's tinted pink or white, and if it has a sweeter smell to it, this is most likely amniotic fluid. And if that's what it is, you should rush to the hospital. And if you're not sure, you should just call your doctor and check anyway, just to make sure your water has not broken or that you're not leaking amniotic fluid. It's somewhat of a misconception that when your water breaks, it's like in the movies where it's just like So if you are getting like a constant leaking, trickling, it's constant, it doesn't stop. I guess that many women, when their water breaks, it is like a slow leaking process. So if you're experiencing anything like this and you're unsure, you should definitely give your doctor a ring. And that's it for your pregnancy prop. Since I am in my 32 week, which also is the beginning of 8 months, I wanted to let everyone know to check out my Twitter page, which will also be in the sidebar. Check out my Twitter page if you want to follow along with me. I will be tweeting when the day comes that I go into labor. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you'd like to. And also, if you have Facebook, I have a link in the sidebar, as usual, to my Facebook page. If you want to follow along with me there, I post a lot of the information I talk about in the videos under the discussions tab there. And Baby Center. If you are watching, especially if you're new and you have not yet joined babycenter.com, definitely do so and join the group called YouTube Family, which I started, and it has been a great success for everyone to have discussions and ask for advice and support from other moms-to-be or women who are already mothers. So join us all on there. And I think that is about it. So I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and I'll have a video up again in about a week. So see you then. Bye-bye.